Hello everyone. First of all, I want to thank you for taking the time to listen to my video presentation on the book review. My name is Mata-Guerrero, and I am a graduate student at the University of Texas at Arlington. Currently, I am enrolled in the Leadership and Complex Healthcare Assistance course. The book I reviewed is titled Not Bosses But Leaders: How to Lead the Way to Success, written by John A. Dare. This book happens to be a bestseller around the world and a leadership classic. If you would like to follow along, I have provided a copy of this presentation so that you can take notes if you'd like. John Adair's qualifications. John Adair is a British academic who was born in 1934 and attended St. Paul's School in London. He has written over 30 leadership books and is best known for his three-circle model of action-centered leadership. He is recognized in the UK as the authority in leadership and leadership development in organizations. Additionally, over 1 million managers have taken part in his action-centered leadership programs. He received a Lifetime Achievement in Leadership Award and has been named the first honorary professor of leadership in China. John Adair's career. John Adair has been involved in very exciting projects over the span of his career. He served as an adjunct in the Bedouin Regiment in the Arab Legion. He worked as a deckhand on an Arctic trawler and briefly worked as an orderly in a hospital operating theater. He went on to become a senior lecturer in military history and leadership training advisor at the Royal Military Academy. He then became a director of studies at St. George's House in Windsor Castle, and then the associate director of the Industrial Society. Subsequently, he became the first professor in the world in leadership studies at the University of Surrey. To top it all off, he helped found the first Center for Leadership Studies at the University of Exeter. The purpose of the book. The purpose of the book is to help individuals better understand how leadership works and enable them to become business leaders. Adair outlines some of the fundamental aspects of effective leadership, which include leadership qualities, leadership styles and functions, differences between leadership and management, effective communication, and strategic leadership. The targeted audience for this group is executives, managers, entry-level leaders, and anyone who is aspiring to become a leader. There were several strengths identified in this book. The book was broken down into 9 sections, and each of the sections prepared you for what was coming next. The author summarized key points at the end of each chapter. What I liked best about the book was that it was written in a conversation style, so as the reader, you were able to follow along with the conversations, and it makes you feel like you're part of that conversation. The book was based on actual conversations that Adair had with a young individual who had just transitioned from a management position to that of an executive role and was looking for guidance on how to lead his organization with confidence. What was even better was that the book was quick and easy to read. The book was under 200 pages. I was able to finish reading the book while getting my hair done and styled. It took me about 4 hours. In my opinion, the book had a few shortcomings, but nothing that would turn the reader off. The book was primarily geared towards someone in an executive role, but that does not mean that any entry-level or aspiring leader could not benefit from this book. Given the author's military background, there were some military analogies that were utilized, so anyone who doesn't have a military background may have had a difficulty grasping these analogies. Other than these 2 things, I found the book to be very interesting. Objectives. After reading this book, I was able to gather 3 objectives that the author was trying to achieve for the readers. The first objective was to provide key points about leadership in a checklist kind of way. This was achieved by breaking down the book into 9 parts and summarizing the key points at the end of each part. I really liked how the parts were laid out because each part added to what you had read in the previous section. Things really started to come together and make sense as you read the book. The second objective was to provide the reader with examples of potential issues and mistakes that one can make. This objective was achieved by providing examples of mistakes made by previous historical leaders. Finally, the third objective was to provide leadership strategies. Adair achieved this objective by providing the young leader with recommendations on how to conduct himself in his new executive role. Recommendation of the book. I really enjoyed reading this book and give it a 5 out of 5-star rating. I plan to read more of his books. I believe that this book can be beneficial for individuals who are in higher level executive positions and are looking to enhance their leadership skills. I also think that this book can be beneficial for individuals who are embarking on a business executive journey. They will be provided with the fundamental aspects of leadership. Thank you for your time, and I hope you found value in this book review.